So let us start again. तो हम कर रहे थे कन्वर्स पार्ट कि अगर आपका एन नॉर्मल सब ग्रुप है तो आप उससे उससे आप कॉन्ग्रेंस डिफाइन कर सकते हैं जी पे. ओके, so if n is a normal subgroup of G, if n is a normal subgroup of G, then theta defined on G, theta defined on G by a comma b belonging to theta if and only if AB inverse belonging to n is a congruence on G, is a congruence on G is a congruence on G with theta class of 1 is same as n. So thus you have a one-to-one correspondence, in fact order preserving correspondence between congruences on G and normal subgroups of G. So thus the mapping, this theta goes to 1 by theta is an order preserving bijection, is an order preserving bijection between the congruences on G and normal subgroups of G. Between the congruences on G and normal subgroups of G. Normal subgroups of G. Now this is once you prove this one, I think this is straightforward. So you don't have to do anything. It's just now you have to just ensure yourself that this is a congruence on G. So it has to be an equivalence relation in the first place. Now since A inverse, which is 1, it belongs to n for each A in G. It actually says that A comma A belongs to theta for each A in G. So theta is reflexive. Theta is reflexive. So let A comma B belongs to theta. So this is if and only if. So A comma B belongs to theta if and only if AB inverse belongs to n. If and only if AB inverse whole inverse belongs to n. If and only if B inverse A belongs to n. And if and only if you can say that B comma A belonging to theta. So thus theta is symmetric. Theta is symmetric. Now if A comma B is in theta and B comma C is in theta, it implies that AB inverse belongs to n and BC inverse belongs to N. So this means AB inverse, BC inverse, which is AC inverse, it also belongs to N. So this implies A comma C belongs to theta. So hence theta is an equivalence relation. Hence theta belongs to EQG. So finally let A1 comma A2 is in theta and say sorry A1 comma say B1 is in theta. So let A1 comma B1 is in theta and A2 comma B2 is in theta. If and only if A1 B1 inverse belongs to N and A2 B2 inverse belongs to N. Or you can say that if and only if NA1 is same as NB1 and NA2 is same as NB2. Or you can say that if and only if NA1 and NA1 and A2 is same as NB1 and B2. And since N is normal, so it is NA1 A2 is same as NB1 B2. Or you can say that A1 A2 B1 B2 whole inverse belongs to N. Or in other words, it actually says that A1 comma A2 comma B1 comma B2 belongs to theta. So theta is a congruence. So thus this theta is a congruence on G. And the theta class of 1 is actually N itself. So theta class of 1 by theta is by definition A in G such that A comma 1 belongs to theta. So by definition of theta it is A in G such that A1 inverse belongs to theta. So it is actually A in G such that sorry A1 inverse belongs to N होना चाहिए यहाँ N. So A in G side that A belongs to N, which is your N. Okay, so therefore there is a one-to-one correspondence, order preserving correspondence between congruencies and normal subgroups in case of groups. Now similar holds for rings also. So I will just leave you this exercise. So let R be a ring. So verify the following. Verify the following. First part, if theta belongs to the set of congruencies of R, then the equivalence class of 0 is an ideal of R. Is an ideal of R, and for for A comma B belonging so for AB belonging to R, the pair A comma B belongs to theta if and only if A minus B belongs to the class 0 by theta. Okay, so this is the one part. Second part, so given an ideal, you can just construct a congruence similar to what we did in case of groups. So if I is an ideal in R, then theta defined on defined by a comma b belonging to theta if and only if a minus b belonging to I is a congruence on R. Congruence on R with the class of 0. Theta class of 0 is the ideal I. So thus again, so thus this theta goes to 0 by theta is an order preserving bijection between congruences on R and ideals of R, is an order preserving bijection between ideals on R, between congruences on R and ideals of R. So in these two examples, we have seen that congruences can be determined by a single equivalence class. Okay, so any congruence might be determined by a single equivalence class of the congruence. जैसे हमने देखा ना कि वन की इक्विवेलेंस क्लास से आपको सब कुछ मिल रहा है, वन की इक्विवेलेंस क्लास से आपको नॉर्मल सब ग्रुप मिल रहा है ना। वन की इक्विवेलेंस क्लास आपको पता है अगर, तो आपको नॉर्मल सब ग्रुप मिल रहा है एन, और इसी एन से जो आप रिलेशन डिफाइन कर रहे हैं वो कॉन्ग्रेंस है। और रिंग्स के केस में भी यही है कि जीरो की इक्विवेलेंस क्लास से आपको आइडियल मिल रहा है और आइडियल से आप डिफाइन कर पा रहे हैं congruence. But this is not true for all the algebras. So these two examples are a bit misleading. Okay, as later on we will see that this is not true for all the algebras. Say for example, we will see that in lattices itself it is not true. Okay, so I think I will stop this class here. If you have questions, please ask. Questions, please. Any question?
No, sir.
So CR है आपका क्लास में? CR तो है यहाँ, ये उसको बोलो अटेंडेंस कर ले।
ओके सर।
हाँ, why only few people have joined the class? Only 17, 17 लोग ने ज्वाइन किया है। Where are the others? CR आपने किया अटेंडेंस?
जी सर।
Okay, so goodbye.